You are sitting in the best seats in the house, and we are thrilled to join you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Fly alongside Dawson Weidrich, here to bring you tonight's women's basketball between the Knights of Southern Virginia and the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg. And Dawson, it's tournament time. The regular season's over. Now into NCAA Division III tournament, CAC tournament, two great teams heading off in today.
Oh, it's just an exciting time, this time of year for basketball. I mean, every level of basketball starting the conference tournament play. I mean, you got Division III, Division II. I mean, I don't even have to mention March Madness coming up later on. I mean, it's just a fun time, especially in the CAC. And you mentioned the Knights hosting the tournament for the first time in school history. I mean, that's extremely exciting. I mean, if you're this school, you can't be more proud of this team, I should say, for the season.
Absolutely could. Knights had a phenomenal season. Went on that magical 16-game winning streak, which allowed them to clinch the second seed here in the CAC, and that's what allows them to host this tournament. And like you said, Dawson, first time the Knights have hosted in the school's history. And it's all due to the great Knights team and the tutelage of Coach Adam Wardenberg. First-year head coach here for Southern Virginia. He's turned this program around tremendously, and he's instilled, we've said it throughout the season, that championship mentality within his girls, and they've absolutely bought in to that style of play.
Absolutely. And speaking of Coach Wardenberg, I spoke to him before the game and asked him a couple questions talking about the last time these two teams met up, which was here at Knight Sports Arena, where Penn State-Harrisburg came up with the upset after the Knights' 16-game win streak. And I asked, is it kind of a revenge game for you? Is that kind of what you're looking for? And he's like, no, absolutely not. We're going to prepare for this game just like any other. We're going to have the same mentality, championship mentality like we mentioned here on the broadcast. And I talked about how the Knights are hosting the CAC tournament for the first time. He said it's a huge testament to our team and the effort we put in this season and just the championship mentality we've been trying to implement in every single day at practice. And then with this game against Penn State-Harrisburg that was here at Knight Sports Arena, the main thing that downed the Knights was three-point shots. I mean, Penn State-Harrisburg attempted 45 three-pointers in that game. And so basically what he said about that was they just need to create more pressure on the exterior. And with that, they hope to limit three-pointers and also create some turnovers off that pressure.
And Dawson, you mentioned it's a little bit of a grudge match for the Knights. Going back to that game here in Knight Arena against the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg, you mentioned the three-point shooting from Penn State-Harrisburg. Again, 45 threes. But the lack of experience or lack of presence in the paint for the Knights in the game was really their detriment. Really couldn't get anything done. Katie Gersh didn't have the best of games in that game, which led to the Lions breaking that 60-game winning streak of the Knights. The Lions being the second loss of the season to the Knights, and again, breaking that 60-game winning streak. So the Knights have something to prove coming into this game. Both games with Penn State-Harrisburg relatively close. Penn State beat them by 11 last time they were here in Knight Arena. So the Knights have something to prove. Come out and try to regain that win that maybe they felt like they were robbed of last time they played the Lions.
Yeah, it's definitely something to prove, and I think to themselves mostly. And I think they got on the right track with that when they beat St. Mary's in this past game at Knight Sports Arena. They really got back to what they do best. They distributed the ball. They had a lot of great bench play. I mean, we mentioned Amanda Wood having 18 points in that game. And so for them, it's just to prove to themselves of who they are and the champions that they're capable of playing like. And then again, just proving that they can beat teams that, like Penn State-Harrisburg, can shoot a lot of threes and make some of them.
And Dawson, with it being tournament time, the Knights not the only ones playing today. Every team in the CAC heading off today, going into the tournament, 1 seed, 2 seed. Should be a great time. You see the bracket here on your screen. This is the matchup. CNU, the 1 seed, obviously going against the 8 seed, St. Mary's, and other games. Just a great time to be a sports fan, especially here in the CAC. And as this weekend goes on, as these games go on, we'll see which teams move ahead and which teams maybe get the short end of the stick and look to move forward in the next year.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep you fans updated as the games go on, who wins and who's knocked out. And, of course, we'll be focusing on this game, of course. And, again, Chris, I'm just so excited. It's conference tournament time. I mean, you can't blame a guy for being excited like we are right now.
And absolutely, it's super exciting. But, Dawson, I want to ask a question. These two teams have faced off before, going 1-1. What can the Knights do in this game that maybe they didn't to their detriment last time they faced off against the Lions?
Well, main thing you mentioned was post play. I mean, Katie Gersh has been the staple of this Knights offense the whole season. She's been multiple CAC Player of the Week, one-time National Player of the Week, and has earned that. She's gotten average a double-double all season, averaged 18 points a game, and so she needs to have a good game today. Only problem with that is she's a little bit under the weather today. She's still playing, but under the weather, so we'll see if that affects her. And the other thing is one thing I talked to Warrenberg about is getting pressure on the exterior when Penn State-Harrisburg is on offense. Make sure they don't have comfortable three-pointers to shoot all game long, because that's Penn State-Harrisburg's staple. So rely on their staple if you're the Knights with Katie Gersh and take away the staple of Penn State-Harrisburg, which is three-pointers.
And you mentioned the staples of Penn State-Harrisburg. Their leading scorer, number 0, Shanique Mattis, gave the Knights a lot of trouble in their last game here in Knight Arena. Scored a number of points. She also leads the team in three-point percentage. She's the main option beyond the arc. What can the Knights do to limit her production?
Well, I think also the main threat that Shanique Mattis provides is her quickness. She's so athletic and so quick, so defensively she's a headache for any point guard going against her. And you mentioned the three-point shooting. She didn't shoot great last time she was here, only 1 for 7, but she is capable of that. And so you need to make sure you have your quickest, most determined defender on her, which I would believe to be Brittany Ballum or Alexis Barnes. One of those two players are fully capable of guarding her and preventing her from shooting from beyond the arc. And also the main thing is you can spread out your defense a little bit, because the post play for Penn State-Harrisburg hasn't been that impressive. They haven't had that much of a presence in most of their games. And we mentioned the three-point shooting. That's where most of their stuff comes from. So don't sleep on the interior, because you'll have a lot of guards cutting through, but also don't make that your central focus.
And Dawson, you mentioned defense. Tonight's still the #2 defense in the CAC, right behind the Seagulls of Salisbury. So they have the tools to be able to do so. Katie Garris down to the paint, averages 4 blocks a game. You can't forget the great defensive presence that comes off the bench with Nicole Muse, Sophie Wright even, known as defensive specialist, and Corey Stout, the junior point guard from Murray, Utah, up there doing her thing with the offense, but also a great spark plug on defense, getting to the passing lanes, turn ball, or get in the way of passes, force the opposition to turn the ball over, see if the Knights can take advantage of that and get points off turnovers.
Yeah, especially with Corey Stout. I mentioned Shanique Mattis's quickness and athletic ability. I think the one player besides Brittany Ballum or Alexis Barnes that matches that is Corey Stout. Like you mentioned, we've seen her get some interception on passes, and then we've also seen her just run around defenders, you know, running out the clock or just trying to make sure she doesn't turn the ball over. So that's another player to look out for, absolutely.
And we're so excited. We hope you are too. That'll do it for our pregame show. We thank you so much for joining us on the Night Sports Network, and we'll bring you back as soon as this thrill of a game starts.
Your attention, please. Welcome to the Night Sports Arena at Southern Virginia University for today's Women's Basketball Capital Athletic Conference first round playoff matchup. Violence at Penn State over Southern Virginia. Coaches participating in today's contest. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, they ask you to respect the following SVU athletic rules. Cheer loudly and proudly for your team, not against the visitors. No profanity, vulgarity, racist or sexist remarks. No personal remarks towards players, coaches, or officials. Show that you know the game. Stay away from the playing area and team bench areas. Zero tolerance for alcohol and tobacco use at all contests. Thank you for your cooperation, and go Knights! In accordance with tradition at Southern Virginia University, we will begin with a word of prayer, which will be offered by Jared King.
Our Father in heaven, we're thankful for all the many blessings that we have, for the talents and skills that we possess, and we're thankful for each other, and we're thankful for the opportunity to be here tonight and to watch these athletes compete, and we ask you to bless them to compete to the best of their ability. We pray that we can have good sportsmanship, that they can as well. We can enjoy each other in the game, and we pray that everyone will play safely without any injury. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Now, if you will all please rise and face the flag for the singing of our national anthem by Dr. Kyle Nielsen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Starting lineups. Starting for the Lions of Penn
It's
State.
game time. We welcome you back here to Southern Virginia University in Dawson. Have some starting lineups for these two great squads.
Absolutely. And first off, for Penn State-Harrisburg, number 0, the leading scorer of this Lions team, Shanique Mattis. And the next one, number 10, Laurel Amy. Number 11, Kendis Butler. Number 33, Abriana Hamby. And number 45, Anna Mahan. Anna Mahan had 10 points here last time in Night Sports Arena. Shanique Mattis had 17. So this is 2 players to watch out for in the CAC matchup. And then now, for your Southern Virginia University Knights, your number 2 seed in the CAC, hosting for the first time in school history, number 11, point guard Corey Stout. We talked about her athletic ability and her quickness on the court and the damage she can do. Then now, number 12, her senior, Brindy Ballum, the energetic spark plug that is not afraid to take it to the hole on anybody on defense. Then number 21, Savannah Christensen, the girl who can hit it from deep consistently and just a menace on the boards. And senior guard number 23, Alexis Barnes. Easily one of the most athletic players on this team. Another energetic spark plug for this roster. And then now, multiple time CAC Player of the Week, 1-time National Player of the Week, number 40, Katie Garish.
Dawson, all the weapons in the world at Coach Wardenberg's disposal. So many of them can have games to themselves. They can have team matchups, or they can take it by themselves to see which one of these Knights players steps up if the whole team steps up coming into this game.
And a pure example of that was last week with Amanda Wood. We mentioned her having 18 points against St. Mary's. And like you said, any player can take control of a game and help this Knights team out.
First time hosting the CAC NCAA tournament here in Knight Arena. The Knights able to clinch that 2nd seed spot in the CAC. We're number 1 for the longest time. CNU just on a run of excellence to clinch the number 1. They'll be going up against the number 7, Penn State-Harrisburg. And Dawson, the Knights had a great season. Ended CAC standings 10-4. 1 game behind CNU, who is 11-3. The turnaround that this program has had just in the last year, it's night and day. A full 180-degree change for this Knights team. And it's been so exciting to be a part of. I know everyone here at SVU agrees with me when I say this program is a different program than it was last year, and we're glad to see it.
Definitely was different because we were 12-13 last year. Now to come back only 19-5, my goodness.
Great tip off. Here we go. 2 teams heading off. 2 hungry teams. Last time the Lions were here in Knight Arena, able to take a win away from the Knights. Knights looking to defend home court and play like the champions they know they are. Alexis Barnes gets things started. The senior in her first home tournament game opens up the scoring. Knights lead 2-0.
That's how you start a conference tournament game. You get a good, high-quality shot from Alexis Barnes, one of your leaders, set the tone right off the bat.
Now the Lions get their name on the board. Calling for a double dribble, not going to get it on the play. Lions looking to make something happen. Laurel Amy with the ball. Mattis 3. Off the back iron. It'll go off the hands of the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg and go with the Knights.
And you see that exterior pressure right off the bat with this Knights defense. You saw 3 defenders out on the 3-point line. Make sure no easy shots are put up. I mean, Shanique Mattis basically threw one up with a defender in her face.
Shanique Mattis very capable of making those shots. Averages 36% from beyond the arc this season. Now the Knights are on offense. Alexis Barnes couldn't get it to go on her way to the cup. Now here comes Mattis and the Lions. Laurel Amy. Amy finds her way into the cup. Strong defense by Corey Stout.
Yeah, nothing more you can do there if you're Corey Stout, except for just hope that a travel, or charge I should say is called.
Knights on offense. Stout. Brindy Ballum. No good. Rebounded by Garish. No good by Garish, but Garish is fouled. Garish will go to the line to shoot 2. So we mentioned Katie Garish, leading scorer for this Knights team. 18 points a game, 12 rebounds a game, 4 blocks a game, leads the team in field goal percentage. Is there anything she cannot do?
Well, apparently the thing she cannot do is not get a double-double. We've seen that time and time again, where she just got it so consistently.
And she'll drain her first, and Dawson wanted to be mentioned. Katie Garish before the game, feeling under the weather. Someone had to go to the store and actually get her medicine. So we're hoping she can play to the best of her ability tonight, despite being under the weather.
Well, it's not affecting her free throws so far.
And with that, she goes 2 of 2 from the line. Knights take a 2-point lead. Now with the ball, this is number 11, Candace Butler. Mattis Butler takes it away. Illegal screen on number 45, Anna Mahan. Had illegal screen on Mahan as her first foul of the game. Lions now have 2 team fouls. And the Knights will be back on offense. And like we've mentioned, Dawson, this Knights team, a great season, 16-game winning streak. What did they do in that 16-game winning streak that they can apply into this game?
I think for the most part, they just had a ton of confidence. They were just oozing with confidence, and their bench was really involved like they are now. I mean, they're just coming on the court, charging the court every time out like they just hit a game-winning shot. There's just so much energy. And I guess energy is what the best thing I can sum up this team as.
Misfortune continues to fall the Lions' way as that pass for Mattis, looking for what appeared to be number 33, Abriana Hanby, goes way in front of her and out of bounds. So Knights back on offense. Barnes trying to whip it into Garrett. Should have gone off the hands of Mahan to stay with the Knights. Third time these two teams have met throughout this season. Each team taking a win. Barnes 3, that's no good. Rebounded by Garish. Knights get another chance. Barnes to the cup. Fouled on her way up. Sent to the line to shoot another 2.
That was a great offensive possession. You had great offensive rebounding there by Katie Garish. Some great ball movement from Garish to Alexis Barnes. A little 3 didn't fall, and a layup didn't fall. Earned you a chance for points to the line.
Alexis Barnes, this SVU Knights team's second leading scorer. She averages 10 points a game, and she really commands that offense. She's a through-and-through shooting guard.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't always get on the board an extreme amount of time in every single game. Like, she has hit and miss games as far as scoring numbers concerned, but she's always extremely involved in that offense with passing and setting up offensive plays for both Katie Garish and Savannah Christensen. She's always involved. Also
top 3 in the team in rebounds per game. See if the Knights can keep this defense up so far. They take a 4-point lead over the Lions, 6-2. Butler with the ball. Mahan to the cup. Maybe a quick foul on Katie Garish. Should have sent Anna Mahan to the line to shoot 2.
That's one thing you won't see very often is Katie Garish out on the exterior defending. But that's one thing that Coach Wardenberg really drove home this week in practice was defending the exterior. Everyone on this Penn State-Harrisburg team is capable of knocking down a 3.
Mahan misses on her first. Anna Mahan, a guard/forward freshman, standing at 5'10" from Glen Rock, Pennsylvania, having the duties of being matched up against Katie Garish tonight. Mahan goes 0 for 2 from the line. Barnes with the rebound, and here come the Knights. Barnes drives in. Two-point floater good by Alexis Barnes.
What's interesting about Penn State-Harrisburg right now is they're playing sort of a man/zone defense. They have one person on Katie Garish constantly, but everyone else is set in kind of a zone without a defender on the top of the key.
Mahan deep 3. Mahan finds it from deep.
That's exactly why Coach Wardenberg wants that pressure, because plays like that plagued them last time Penn State-Harrisburg was here in Knight Arena.
Last time Lions were here in Knight Arena, they heaved up 43 threes. Knights trying to spawn with a 3 of their own. Rebounded by Mahan, Lions.
Make no mistake, Corey Stout is very capable of making that open 3-pointer every single time.
This is Mattis now. Amy with a drive. Kick back out to Mahan. Mahan good in her second attempt from deep. Lions bring it back even after 2 straight threes from Anna Mahan.
And again, that was the Achilles heel for SVU last time. They have to be careful, especially now with this turnover.
Turnover call is a foul called on number 21, Savannah Christensen. Called for a charge. And drawing the charge, number 45, Anna Mahan. Mahan's been all over the floor tonight.
Yeah, she has been. I mean, she's 2 for 2 from the three-point line. I mean, she was 0 for 2 from free throws, so they spent a little bit too much time practicing on the exterior shots.
Lions on offense. This is number 23, Brianna Davis. The hot hand, Mahan. Mattis step back. Finds literally nothing but net, but not in the way she might have liked it. Turnover, night ball.
They saw great pressure again by the Knights defense. Every time they've had great exterior defense, Penn State-Harrisburg hasn't known what to do. It's just been the wide open plays, like Mahan's 2 straight three-pointers, where it's been a struggle for them.
Lions bringing that full-court press, which they did in the first meeting with the Knights. Also checked in for the game earlier was number 24, Angel Tuasavera. Barnes into Garish. Great pass. Garish can't finish. Rebounded by Mattis.
An absolute beaut of a pass. I mean, goodness. It was right where Katie Garish only could get it.
Davis into Mahan. Mahan drives it in. Kick back out to Mattis. Davis deep three. Off the back iron. No good. Tip back out by Mahan. Lions new shot clock. Mattis with a drive. Butler corner three. Knights finally get a hand on that one. Angel Tuasavera. Tuasavera all the way to the hole. Puts it in. Good for 2. Angel Tuasavera.
No fear whatsoever on that fast break opportunity. She knew what she wanted and she went for it.
Mattis and the Lions. Alexis Barnes matched up on Mattis. Mattis to the cup. Be a foul call on Alexis Barnes as Mattis got the better of her on that drive.
That's what we're talking about. Shanique Mattis has such great speed that it's hard for anyone to match up with her defensively and prevent her from going to the hole like she just did. And when she gets in there, sorry about that, Chris, I mean, she's more than likely going to put up a layup, and so it's going to be really hard not to foul her.
Now with this media timeout, he give Coach Adam Ward over time to talk to his girls. They're up 10-8. Up 10-8 against the Penn State-Harrisburg Lions. Dawson, they've done a good job so far tonight. Need to guard the 3. And we have some scoring updates for you right now. CNU leading the Seahawks of St. Mary's 65-35 in the third quarter. Again, that's the number 1 seed in CNU against the number 8 seed in the Seahawks of St. Mary's.
And we also have some other updates. Salisbury is winning their game 49-43 over York College. And then Mary Washington is beating Frostburg State 49-35 in the fourth quarter. So some tight matchups here.
Some tight matchups, and that's what tournament time gives you. So much pressure on all these teams. Anything can happen. Don't expect the standings to stay the way they are. Anything can happen in tournament time. We see some teams turn it on. Maybe some teams be stuck in a lull. Knights now looking to turn it on against the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg. They're up 10-8. Again, they've guarded the 3 pretty well, except those 2 straight threes from Anna Mahan. But other than that, Knights doing a great job. Maybe they need to slow down. What do you think, Dawson?
I think defensively they're doing a great job. I mean, yeah, sometimes they get a little lost as far as where their man is at some points. But for the most part, the pressure is there. The energy is there. That gets in the heads of three-point shooters. So just keep doing that. And maybe slow down a little bit on offense, I think is what you're saying, Chris, as far as having deliberate passes into the paint to players like Katie Garish or, right now, Malia Dye.
Checking into the game for the Lions.
And at the line right now for the Lions, number 0, Shanique Mattis. Shanique Mattis, a senior guard, 5'7", from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She's the leading scorer for this Lions squad, averages 16 points a game. Also leading rebounder, averages 6.5 rebounds a game, which is great considering her height in this squad. She misses her second. Now the Knights get another opportunity on offense. New faces for the Knights on the floor. Number 25, Malia Dye, and also joining her, the MVP of last game here against St. Mary's, Amanda Wood, who dropped 18 points against the Seahawks, checking into this game now against the Lions.
Well, she gained a lot of confidence in that game, and wide open play right there by talking about Amanda Wood. She had so much confidence in her shooting, and it really helped her thrive against St. Mary's.
Butler gives it up to Mattis. Mattis with a great move, but no finish. Rebounded by Dye.
What great back-to-back plays by Dye. She got the great cut, had her wide open at the bottom of the paint, and the great defense on, some would argue, superiorly athletic Shanique Mattis.
And also that's one of the Knights' many strengths. The plays off the bench, the depth they have is such a tool for Coach Wittenberg. Butler. Mahan again. Mahan with a drive. Mahan a little stop and go floater, good for 2 off the glass.
Anna Mahan is quicker than she looks. You know, as a normal post player, she shouldn't be that quick, and so the Knights have to adjust a little bit with that as far as who's guarding her.
Now Anna Mahan has 8 points on the night, but now the Knights on offense. Corner 3, Tua Savora. Too strong, rebounded by Dye. Dye put it off the glass for 2. Quick back points for the Knights and Dye.
A quick 2 baskets from Malia Dye, making her presence felt here early in the first or late in the first quarter.
Hit pass by the Knights, saved by Mahan, picked up by Davis. Mattis drive. Charge call on Shanique Mattis. Drawing the charge was Knights number 23, Alexis Barnes.
And that's Shanique Mattis's first foul, and so nothing to worry about if you're the Lions. But if there's anyone who get in foul trouble, that's the one you hope it happens to.
There's some talk on the court about what the call was. Looked like the initial call was a charge. And Dawson, if you look at what the ref said, he made the sign for a charge.
Yeah, it's very confusing as to what.
Referees debating not reversing the call. They're saying the original call was a block on Alexis Barnes, but the referee obviously made a sign for a charge.
Oh, it was more than obvious, and the Knights believed it. The fans here understood that, and we all here understood that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the tale of 2 refs, I guess you could say.
Tale of 2 refs. And Dawson, I don't think it was much 2 referees disagreeing with each other. It was more the referee making the wrong call with his hands. And in the end, it will send Shanique Mattis to the line for an and 1 opportunity, which she will not convert on, to the great pleasure of the Knights. Knights looking to get back on offense after a very confusing possession on defense. Great pass by Tua Savora into Dye, and Dye will be fouled on her way to the bucket.
This is some great offensive setups here for SVU. You've seen some great passes, some great pick and rolls happening, especially with Malia Dye, who had quick 4 points going in here for Katie Garish. I mean, just keep running offense like this, and you should be dandy the rest of the game.
On the line for the Knights, number 25, Malia Dye. Malia Dye, a forward sophomore, standing at 6 foot tall from West Richland, Washington. Does a great job coming off the bench. She's really the 6th man of this Knights team. And she always does a fantastic job. Katie Garish, you always think no one can really come in for her. Malia Dye proving doubters wrong and always getting it done when she makes her way onto the floor. And she made her first free throw, now to attempt her second. So Dye goes 2 for 2 from the line, and the Knights move up 16-12 of the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg.
We saw some substitutions here for the Knights. We saw Kiara Ballum and Brindy Ballum and Savannah Christensen and Katie Garish all come back in, only leaving number 24, Angel Tua Savora.
Brindy Ballum guarding Butler. Pass into Payne. Payne goes up with the left hand. It went through the basket, just under the underside. Doesn't count. Knights on offense. Kiara Ballum now. Pass to her sister Brindy. Brindy all the way to the bucket. Can't get the shot to fall, but Brindy Ballum with a heroic drive.
That's her offense right there. That's basically all of it in a nutshell. She's not afraid to dribble, drive in. She's not afraid to put up a shot that may be ugly. As long as it has a chance of getting her a foul or going in, she's going to do it.
Foul is on number 45.
Fouls on number 45, Anna Mahan. So that's Anna Mahan's second foul of the night. Anna Mahan, the leading scorer on tonight for Penn State-Harrisburg. She has 8 points on the night, and the second leading scorer, Shanique Mattis, with 2.
Yeah, and with that second foul, she's going to get subbed out here by number 20, Madison Hemler. But, of course, if you're the Lions, you also want to watch out for that. She already has 2 fouls here in the first quarter. Again, like you said, leading scorer, the one who's been on fire from the three-point line. So the Lions and head coach Ross Patrick want to be careful of that.
Baum shoots well from the line. Now Baum had to drop back on defense. Guarding, this is number 10, Laurel Amy. Payne. Lions working the ball around now. Missed touch between Amy and Davis, and now it's Knights ball.
Of course, number 23, Brianna Davis, is trying to argue that it was off a Knight player, but the Knights playing some hitting defense right now.
And number 23, the Lions, Brianna Davis, having a little bit of a word with the referee, not agreeing with that call, but Knights on offense. Great pass by Brindy Ballin into Savannah Christensen. Won't make a shot, but it'll be rebounded. See what the foul call is on. Foul call goes to number 20 at the Lions, Madison Hemler.
Yeah, she went underneath Katie Garrish. She jumped up for the rebound. And, of course, you can't do that. That's just too dangerous for the players. They're too much of an injury risk.
What a pass by Brindy Ballin to find Savannah Christensen over her head. Wasn't even looking that way. And Katie Garrish missed her first on the line.
And to have the velocity that that pass did right to her. Man, I can't get enough of that pass.
Katie Garrish on her second attempt at the line. Already has 2 points on the night. Make it 3. 1-1 from the line for Katie Garrish. Knights have a 6-point lead. Amy drives. 2 shots coming for Laurel Amy. They'll say that foul was on the shot instead of on the floor. Foul call goes to number 24, Angel Tua-Severa. So Tua-Severa picks up her first foul of the game. And it'll send number 10, Laurel Amy, to the line to shoot 2. Laurel Amy, a sophomore from Thompsontown, Pennsylvania, so she makes her first. And now checking into the game for the Knights, number 14, Sophie Wright. Sophie Wright, a freshman standing at 5'8" from Logan, Utah.
Yeah, she is also a great defensive addition in there. She also has very high basketball IQ. So some great passes from her, some great plays made by her in the time that she has played. Just a great spark plug for this Knights team when she's able to get in.
Also shoots the ball extremely well from deep. See what they can do now. Christensen, no good with the right hand, rebounded by Davis. Here come the Lions. Davis, deep 3. Off the back iron, no good. Garrish rebound.
I'm going to tell you right now, Davis shot that way too quickly. As soon as it touched her hands, it was gone. Now, if you practice that day in and day out for that to work, I mean, go ahead, but I don't think she has.
The illegal screen call against the Knights. Foul calls against number 12, Brindy Ballum. So Ballum picks up her first foul of the night and give the ball back to the Lions. And Dawson, you mentioned the 3-point shooting by Davis. Pulling the trigger maybe a little too quick. That's what they did against the Knights last time they were here in Knight Arena. They believe that that will work. That's what led them to victory last time, so why not try it again? Maybe a charge call against Lions number 23, Brianna Davis. So, a little flip-flop. Knights turn over the ball on offensive foul, and then the Lions do likewise. Knight ball. First foul on Brianna Davis. Kiara Ballum. Brindy Ballum drive. Brindy Ballum puts it up. Brindy Ballum will draw the foul and be sent to the line to shoot 2. Another brave drive by Brindy Ballum results in a trip to the charity stripe for her.
Again, she's going to do that every time. You give her the room, she's going to the paint. And she's a smaller size that she'll most likely get the foul call. So for Penn State-Harrisburg, you're trying to adjust to make sure she doesn't have that opportunity.
Brindy Ballum, one of the brave players for this Knights team. A senior from Chantilly, Virginia, shares the court this year and only this year with her sister, Kiara Ballum. Great way to see it. Again, she's a senior. Her first time hosting a tournament game here in the Knight Arena. And she's done a great job this season. 4th in the team in points, averages right around 8. And just an overall, just a great hustle player for this Knights team.
Oh, she absolutely is. Great defender, great hustle player. She just jumps to any kind of chaos to get rebounds as well. And you mentioned her playing alongside her sister, Kiara Ballum. How fun is that? They had a moment where Brittany Ballum gave Kiara an assist from the three-point line. It's a great moment for siblings. Just a great family moment overall.
Mattis drives all the way in, but no good on the easy lay-in. The Knights still hold this 7-point lead entering the final 15 seconds of the first quarter. Ball tipped by number 1, Rachel Miller. It'll stay with the Knights. Referees instead changing the call. So much confusion going on in the court right now. They're trying to figure out whose ball it is, and referees now saying instead of being off of Rachel Miller, that it went off the fingertips of Alexis Barnes.
The coach is simply arguing the fact that, like you said, that the symbol was that way. Maybe that's just another hand mistake by these refs.
Teams are playing like a tournament time. These referees need to know it's tournament time, Dawson. You got to step it up a little bit. Get your calls right. Last second drive, good for Shanique Mattis. So put 2 more on the board for the Lions. First quarter ends. Knights lead 20-15.
And between this game and the game last time they played against Penn State-Harrisburg is, I think, again, it goes back to the word I used to describe this team during that streak, is the confidence is back. Their mojo is back, for lack of a better term. I mean, they're playing as a team. They're playing that exterior defense, running it like a tight ship. You know, not letting anything seep through the cracks. I mean, yeah, you've had plays like Anna Mahan with those 2 3-pointers. They've cracked down after that. And, of course, Shanique Mattis is always going to give you trouble athletically, so that's just something you're going to have to work with. But other than that, the Knights have done a tremendous job on the defensive side of the floor.
Dawson has done a tremendous job of getting the way to the line. Knights only shooting 5-15 from the field. That's 33.3%. They scored 10 points from the line on 12 attempts from the charity stripe. So if they're not going to make the basket, at least they're drawing the foul and getting there. And you've got to convert on those chances. And they are. They're 83.3% from the line so far. Great work by the Knights.
Yeah, and just shows their aggressiveness, too. I mean, we mentioned Brittany Ballum going to the paint no matter who's on her. You have to be aggressive if you want to get to the free throw line in basketball. And statistics show that the team that goes to the free throw line more often in a game is going to win. That's just how it works. I mean, yeah, there's some freak games where it doesn't happen, but for the most part, if you get to the free throw line, if you rebound, you're going to win the ball game. And so far, the Knights doing a great job of that. They have a total of 15 rebounds, whereas Penn State-Harrisburg has 7. And they've also had 12 free throw attempts, whereas Penn State-Harrisburg has also only had 7 of those.
And Dawson, with that, Penn State-Harrisburg only converting on 1 of their 7 attempts from the charity stripe. A miserable 14.3%. Those are freebie points you have to get if you want to stay in this game, and they haven't so far. As action gets back started, the Lions are starting for the ball, and Shanique Mattis gives it up to Davis. Mahan makes her way back into this game. She has 2 fouls. Mattis dishes it. Butler drive. Quick 2 goes down for Candace Butler. 3-point game. Nicole Muse, quick 3. No good, rebounded by Mattis. Knights so far tonight, 0 of 4 from 3-point line. Mahan drives, stolen by Garris. And now foul call on Anna Mahan. So after that turnover, Mahan picks up her 3rd foul of the game.
That's just a frustration foul for Anna Mahan. That's her 3rd foul. Again, she has to be careful. But having that ball stolen from you, it's the most frustrating thing in the world if you're trying to out to the paint. So, understandably, with that frustration, was trying to be aggressive with it.
Knights on offense. Stout with the ball. Barnes 3. Got it! First 3 of the night for the Southern Virginia Knights.
And who better to start off that spark than senior guard Alexis Barnes?
Knights on offense, called upon again is Alexis Barnes. Laurel Amy with a drive. Good charge call on Lions number 10, Laurel Amy.
Perfect form right there. Amanda Woods stepped in front, took a positioning, planted her feet, and then just stood and waited for the charge. You can't ask for any better form than that.
Knights playing smart and now take it to a 6-point lead.
I tell you what, that's something teams practice every day, ladies and gentlemen. That's something that they go through. They want to make sure that they know how to take a charge properly. In fact, some coaches even ask you to do a grunt when you take the charge, just to sell it more. And Amanda Wood doing a great job of it.
Garish up in the left hand, no good. Fall for by both teams. It ends up in the hands of the Lions. This is number 4. This is Payne. Payne to Butler. Butler no good. Blocked by Katie Garish, and here come the Knights.
Oh, there's a put-back block from Katie Garish. That's what we come to expect from her day in and day out.
Barnes 3. Barnes gets a run rebound. Puts it up off the window for 2, Alexis Barnes.
This is the energy they had in that 16-game winning streak. This is what you can expect from this girls team in this tournament. They're playing with fire, and they are ready to play.
Knights with an 8-point lead. Fought for by both teams. Jump ball call. Possession now with the Knights, so Knights get the ball back.
And this crowd is into it. They have bought into this team this year. The crowd's been so supportive. The SU faithful just does a great job providing the energy here in the Knight Sports Arena.
Dawson, the fans and students here at Southern Virginia University have come out in droves to support their girls. They know what a dream season has been for them, and they want to continue it going into the playoff. Alexis Barnes met by 2 Lions. Knights have to get over the line. Foul call, Shanique Mattis.
Well, Shanique Mattis is shaking her head, but there's no way you can't call a foul on that. You got in her way, you reached in, you made contact with Corey Stout. It's going to get called every time.
That's the first foul on number 0, Shanique Mattis. And Newport's head coach Ross Patrick of Penn State-Harrisburg take a timeout. He needs this moment, has to try to break the momentum that the Knights have built up over the last minute.
All right, like we talked about, the bench energy from this team, that's been the staple of the games they have won and games where they have had great runs, is the energy they bring off the bench and the energy they bring as a team on the floor. And again, just a great job so far by this Knights team. They came to play today. They came to win the CAC tournament.
Alexis Barnes leading scoring for the Knights and both squads. She has 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. So all over the floor for Alexis Barnes. She knows how important this game is. This is her first time in her NCAA career that she has hosted a playoff game. And to do it with this Knights team, for Coach Wardenberg, again, she's a senior, trying to make the people of Oceanside, California proud with the way she plays tonight.
And she absolutely has. I mean, you mentioned her stats, and we're going to mention it all game long. If she keeps this up, she's going to have herself one heck of a game. And I mean, you also have players chipping in like Malia Dye when she checked in for Katie Garish. Again, it's that bench play. It helps so much this Knights team. It just provides such a spark. You have players like Amanda Wood, Malia Dye, Nicole Muse, Kiara Ballum, Sophie Wright. All these players that come in and help so much this Knights team. That's what this Knights team's all about.
Now the Knights look to restart after this break to continue the momentum they had going into that timeout.
Update real quick on the CAC tournament. Christian Newport is winning 79-49. And Frostburg State is beating Mary Washington right now in a barn burner. And so exciting is to watch the CAC.
Now the Knights on defense. Katie Garish. Shanique Mattis now with the ball. Met by Nicole Muse. Wide open was Candace Butler and good for 2. Muse drives it in. That's blocked by Madison. Rebounded by the Lions.
And you know, you got to commend this Penn State-Harrisburg team right now for the energy that, despite how well the Knights are playing right now, making plays like that. We've also got another update for you from the CAC. Salisbury, in the game, they lost 45-48. It's one of the top teams down in the CAC.
Turnover by the Knights. Give the ball back to the Lions. Quick drive in. Shanique Mattis 3. Travel called on Shanique Mattis.
She shuffled her feet a little bit as she caught, praying for the 3-point shot. sometimes you just instinctively do it as a three-point shooter. You don't notice it, and so it's just muscle memory. Sometimes that happens, and Shanique Mattis is guilty of that one.
Knights still up by 6. Inbounding the ball for the Knights, Angel Tuasavera. Wide open, Angel Tuasavera into Katie Garish. Could have easily taken that shot to herself. Great unselfish play by the junior from Hawaii.
Great ball movement. That's what's helped the Knights so far tonight. It's just like great ball movement, great passing. Well done.
8-point lead for the Knights. Laurel Amy with the ball now. Butler 3. That's blocked by Tuasavera. It'll stay with the Lions, but what a defensive presence by Angel Tuasavera.
And she's just an aggressive player. I mean, there's some games she comes in and has 3 fouls. There's games like this where she provides such a great defensive spot, not afraid to get in your face.
This ball will stay with the Lions. Now checking in for the Lions, number 20, Madison Hemler. Coming in for number 45, Anna Mahan. Knights also making a substitution. Katie Garris makes her way to the bench for the final 5 minutes of this second quarter, and Malia Dye makes her way into the game. Corey Stout stealing the inbound pass. Give her Knights another opportunity on offense.
Not just a poor pass decision. I mean, Corey Stout was right there. I mean, you had maybe a tiny window to make that.
Great work by Malia Dye to grab that offensive rebound off the drive from Ballum. Knights get another full shot clock. Shot won't count. 3-second violation against the Knights, so they'll turn the ball back over to the Lions.
And Malia Dye was caught camping out there. I mean, just didn't end up working out for them that time. And to make a correction to our statements earlier in the CAC tournament, Salisbury defeated York in the tournament, not Salisbury.
After that turnover by the Lions, Knights looking to get on offense. Tuasavera. And Dawson with Salisbury taking the win over York. If the Knights proceed to the semifinals of this tournament, they will play the Seagulls of Salisbury.
Can we just appreciate the play that Brittany Bauman just made? She was in the middle of getting up from the floor, caught the pass, turned around, kept it from being a turnover, and passed it out for a possible jump shot.
Corey Stout inbounding. Tuasavera. Christensen drive. That ball poked away by Mattis. Lions on offense. Mattis. Mattis pulls up. Good by Shanique Mattis. That three-pointer will fall, and it'll make it a 5-point game. Knights still up 29-24. Forced out drives for the Knights. Gets it in. Savannah Christensen. But Christensen can't convert on the wide open opportunity. Knights get it back. Knights get another full 30 seconds. Dye. Stout. Knights moving the ball around. Foul call on the play. Block call. Looks like it'll go against the Lions.
And Lee Dye was just going for the ball, and so as she jumped up, the defender, I believe it was number 4, Ariel Payne, who just jumped right up into her. And also another update from CAC. Mary Washington won 51-50. They took the lead in the last few seconds Mary Washington defeated Frostburg State in the last second. They took the lead really, really late as they trailed most of the game and come back to win against Frostburg State.
And Dawson with that. Mary Washington moves ahead in this tournament. They'll face the winner between CNU and St. Mary's in the semifinal round. And CNU right now in that game, a comfortable lead with right around 2 minutes left. So it looks like the captain of CNU will face off against the Eagles at the University of Mary Washington heading into this semifinal round. So the first side of the bracket is set. CNU against Mary Washington. The Knights looking to take and move into the semifinal round to face off against the Eagles of Salisbury. But they need to get past the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg. Knights lead 29-24, 5-point lead. That three-pointer from Butler, no good. And Alexis Barnes will just lose that ball on the baseline, not able to fully grab the rebound. She'll turn the ball back over to the line.
Those awkward plays in basketball, they're hard to prevent. Sometimes the ball just bounces awkwardly and you try to lose control, you go a little bit too fast, and that's what happened that time for the Knights.
Shanique Mattis. Davis now with a drive. Ball put up, and that's good by number 20, Madison Hemler. Ballum three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded. Fought for by both teams. Brindy Ballum fighting for it with Hemler. Get a jump ball call, possession arrow with the Lions.
And again, just great hustle from Brindy Ballum in order to get in there and try to get the ball back.
Now Candace Butler makes her way up the court with the ball. Guarded by Alexis Barnes. Miller with a drive. Davis deep three. 3-point by Davis, no good. Rebounded by the Knights, picked up by Corey Stout. Barnes into Christensen. Christensen finished it completely unguarded right at the block.
That's good sight by Alexis Barnes to see her that quickly in order to get out of her hands that fast.
Candace Butler. Drive by Miller, tandem block by Katie Garrison and Savannah Christian. Both the forwards of the Knights getting a hand on that one.
Again, if you're going to drive to the paint on Katie Garish, be ready for one of those two things. Either you're going to be met by contact and you're going to get swatted.
8 seconds of that inbound again, taken away by the Knights. This time, Savannah Christensen. Travel on the play, that'll go against Brindy Ballum. Now checking in for the Lions, number 10, Laurel Amy. She'll come in for number 23, Brianna Davis. Lions on offense, Rachel Miller. Miller with a drive. That one will go in, and she'll find her way to the cup.
I love the hustle from Savannah Christensen, but in all fairness, yeah, when you go in there, you go for the swat, and you swing down, and you hit the shooter, it's going to be a foul.
And that's the second foul of the night on Savannah Christensen. Christensen got her hand on the last drive by Miller, just looking to get it on that one. As Miller converts from the line for an and one. So a 3-point play by the Lions brings them within 2 in this game. Here come the Knights. Alexis Barnes into Ballum. Ballum losing the ball down to the paint, trying to get out. Picked up by the Knights, Amanda Wood. Great hustle play by Brindy Ballum. Lost the ball for a second, but able to get it back.
Would have been a huge play if the pass was just been a little bit more accurate. But nonetheless, great effort to get it back.
Rebound, Garish. Garish puts it up good for 2. Another putback point for Katie Garish. That ball goes out of bounds. They'll say it's off the Lions. It's night ball.
And again, though Penn State-Harrisburg's been able to overcome it a little bit, the Knights playing such great energized defense. They're flying all over the place, tipping the passes every which way.
And with that, the Lions will fall back, not holding the press. The final 30 seconds of this first half. Trying to whip it into Garish, can't get it, but picked up again by the Knights. Katie Garish. Knights another offensive rebound, this time Wood. Barnes with a drive. That one finds its way into the cup. Alexis Barnes moves up to 13 points. Davis's 3, no good. Knights get the ball back with 5.9 seconds left to go in this first half. And Savannah Christian will check her way into this game, coming in for Amanda Wood. Knights can't get the final shot to fall, so Knights take the lead at the end of that first half, 35-29 over top of the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg. A great showing so far by the Knights. Leading scorer for both teams, Alexis Barnes with 13 points and Katie Garish, 7 points and 8 rebounds. Dawson Wiedrich staying alongside Coach Warnerberg. Dawson?
I'm here with Coach Warnerberg. Coach, that first half, your team is full of energy. The fans win it. How can you keep up that energy in the second half?
Well, we just got to continue to play together and stick to our game plan. We're moving the ball really well offensively, and really it's just going to come down to defensively. Can we engage the whole time and not have some of the mental lapses we had that quarter?
And also, the Lions right now have only shot 11 points in that first half compared to the 45 they shot last time. How do you feel your team can continue to keep the pressure on the three-point line?
Well, we're just going to continue to do what we're doing, which is getting up and guarding everybody out on the perimeter, and they can drive all they want. We feel like we got a size advantage inside, and we're fine.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach. Chris, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dawson. And with that, that'll bring it into our first half. Knights lead 35-29 over top of the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll bring you back when our halftime show and analysis starts. Thank you so much. We welcome you back to the Knight Arena as our coverage of the NCAA Division III CAC tournament matchup continues as the Knights have a lead over the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg, 35-29. Chris Fly alongside Dawson Woodrick and Dawson. We saw some great shooting from Penn State-Harrisburg, but overall, great overall energy from the Knights.
Well, absolutely. If I were to sum up this first half with the Knights, it'd be confidence and energy. They've had all of that in abundance here today. I mean, you talked about Penn State-Harrisburg having a decent shooting game. The Knights, not so much. The shots haven't fallen, but with that energy, they've gotten the rebounds, put-back points, and second-chance opportunities that have built up this lead.
Dawson, you mentioned the putbacks and second-chance opportunities for the Knights. Out-rebound the Lions 25-16, so board dominant so far in this game. And we mentioned the shooting percentage of Penn State-Harrisburg, 44% from the field, right around 27% from three, so not the greatest you could probably ask for, but much better than Knights that are in really a shooting low. But they have the lead here because of those great hustle plays like we saw from Alexis Barnes. Put up her own three, missed, got the rebound, and then put it right back up. The Knights have the momentum. The fans are behind them. It's just a great energy here in the barn.
Yeah, when it comes to the second half, I mean, Knights tend to start shooting better in the second half. They're warmed up to the game. They understand the feel of it, so now they feel more comfortable with their shots. And so you can expect to see those shooting percentages go up if you're, say, Alexis Barnes or Katie Garish and all the like.
And Dawson, this was the last game played. This is, again, day one of tournament time. Knights play at 7. Every other game started at 6. We saw different outcomes. CNU getting the win. All the top seeds winning in their games over the lower ranked seeds. CNU getting the win over St. Mary's. We saw a last-second thriller between the University of Mary Washington and Frostburg. Came down to 1 point in the final seconds, and Salisbury getting the win over York College. So CNU and the University of Mary Washington will meet in the semifinals, and the winner of this match tonight, either the Lions or the Knights, will go and face off against the Seagulls of Salisbury.
And that'll be a tough game overall. Don't want to move past this game too far, but Salisbury is a very tough defense. I mean, they're the first in the CAC, the Knights are second. And so if the Knights were to move on, that'd be a great defensive struggle. But let's focus on this one and not get ahead of ourselves. The Knights have to take care of business first at Penn State-Harrisburg.
Need to take care of business. Dawson, I know you say you want to talk about this game a little bit about if the Knights move on and get a win over the Lions. They'll host their second game here at Knight Arena. They're the 2 seed, Salisbury being the 3. So if the Knights get the win tonight, they move on, and then they host the semifinal round in the CAC tournament. Again, the first time that Southern Virginia has hosted any kind of tournament like this in their women's basketball program's history. And just, we're so privileged to have it here, and we're so grateful, especially for this nice team, Coach Wardenberg, for getting it done and giving all of us the opportunity to be here and watch CAC tournament play.
Well, it just makes it so fun. I mean, we talked about the energy and the buzz that's around here, Knight Sports Arena, especially with the players. You saw the energy on the bench, them getting up and cheering and shouting every time a timeout's called, rushing to the floor. It's what they've done all season when they've had that confidence, like the 16-game win streak that we talked about. And again, that kind of confidence and excitement, it's toxic. It's what I'm looking for. It's spreadable. It's contagious. That's the word I'm looking for. And so if they keep using that, they can really take away this game from Penn State-Harrisburg.
And we've seen that energy go through every single Knights player at least once in this game. Alexis Barton leading the score. She has 13 on that first half. Next up, Katie Garish with 7 and 7 rebounds. So it's not just one player on this Knights team. Each player has caught that bug, and they've taken it when they have their opportunity to shine, and they've really made the most of it. And that'll do it for us in our halftime analysis here at the Knights Sports Network. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll bring you back as soon as the second half starts. Buena Vista, Virginia, the scene for this CAC tournament matchup between the Knights of Southern Virginia and the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg. Our coverage continues. Knights again lead 35-29, looking to come into the second half with that fire that they ended the first half with. Alexis Barnes missing her first shot. Now the Lions get their first opportunity of the first half on offense.
And that was just a rush shot by Alexis Barnes, to be honest. I mean, great energy to come out with, but she put up with a lot of strength right off the backboard.
Speaking of a lot of strength, Anna Mahan able to get that one good for 2. Now bring it within 4. Quick 2 good by Savannah Christensen off the pass from Brindy Ballum. Stolen by Alexis Barnes. Stolen back by the Lions. Fought for by both squads. Jump ball called. Possession arrow in the way of the Lions.
Well, that's a situation where you just have to grab it and stop and then pivot and find your open man. Alexis Barnes is really looking to move it up the floor very fast. That's her style of play. But at that point, when you're surrounded by defenders, you just got to stop and look around.
The Lions have it. Great drive in. That's Laurel Amy. So Laurel Amy gets on the board.
The big change up from this game compared to the last one these two teams played. A lot of interior shooting for Penn State-Harrisburg, and it's worked out for them, keeping them in this game.
And Mahan picks up a rebound after that missed shot by Savannah Christensen. Dawson, you mentioned rebounding in our halftime break. The key to the Knights' success so far, they haven't shot their greatest. They're getting a lot of second chance points, a lot of putback opportunities for this Knights team, and just eating up every defensive rebound they can. That shot falls good. 3-pointer. That's good by Candace Butler. Make it a 1-point game. So Penn State coming with a fire so far at the beginning of the second half.
They really had, and Candace Butler starting to get her shot. Well, she attempted a couple in the first half, but a lot of great defensive pressure. She was blocked on one of them, so finally able to get her shot down.
Kristen pulls up, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. Alexis Barnes. Knights get a full 30, and another opportunity at 2 points. Christensen picks it up. Picked up by Barnes. Ball absolutely everywhere so far in that possession for the Knights, and finally rolls out of bounds. And the only moment of clarity we've had so far is that now it's Lions ball.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great handwork by Penn State-Harrisburg, getting their hands up on defense, tipping literally every single pass that SVU had.
Knights looking to come back with defense of their own. Candace Butler drives it in. Kicks it back out, stolen. Taken back by Laurel Amy. Amy. Mattis 3 is good. So Penn State-Harrisburg takes the lead for the first time in this game, 39-37. After a great opening couple of minutes here in the second half.
Well, the Knights should have had a steal right there. It's just Corey Stout thought that Alexis Barnes is going to go after it, and so they both hesitated, allowing Penn State to retain possession.
Offensive rebound by Katie Garris gives the Knights a full new shot clock. 3-point Barnes. Off back iron. Barnes not able to get her hands on that rebound. It'll stay with the Knights. Says it go off the hands of number 45, Anna Mahan.
Yeah, the Knights need to find a respond right now because Penn State-Harrisburg sure has early on.
Inbounding the ball for the Knights, number 11, Corey Stout, the junior from Murray, Utah. Wide open, down low, Savannah Christensen. Savannah Christensen, 3 straight buckets so far for the Knights in this second half.
Another big thing for the Knights right now is in play execution. They've executed so many plays verbatim so well where it's gotten them wide open buckets.
Shanique Mattis. Mattis drives in. Spin move against Ballum. She'll find her way to the basket. Good for 2. 2-point lead Lions.
That was a little bit too soft a defense from Brindy Ballum. She let Shanique Mattis get way too comfortable in the paint way too early.
Christensen corner 3. No good. Garris with the rebound. Garris falls down her weight on that rebound. Knights still have it. Brindy Ballum, foul call to play. It'll go against Laurel Amy.
It's interesting how all that happened just then, the simple reach and foul is the one that is called. Well, at least something was called, though.
Barnes drive. Barnes' floater is good.
And that gives her 15 points on the night. She's having a day for her in her first home CAC tournament game.
And as a senior, it must mean so much to her. Mahan now. Mahan drives. Great defense. Offensive rebound by the Lions. Be a foul call on the floor. Looks like it'll go against the Knights.
I think Katie Garish's arms got tangled in with Anna Mahan's on attempting that rebound, and so the foul is going to go her way.
Foul call does indeed go on number 40, Katie Garish, her second of the night. Now substitution coming in for the Knights is number 23, Alexis Barnes makes her way to the bench, and number 24, Angel Tuasavera, checks her way into this game. Lions inbounding. Miller. Mahan drives. Fouled on the way to the basket. Savannah Christensen picking up a foul.
That's great court awareness by Anna Mahan to pivot around, knowing Savannah Christensen was going for that pass, and as soon as she realizes Savannah Christensen's away from the basket, she just dribbles right to it, knowing she'll get an easy layup or a foul.
Third foul on Savannah Christensen. With her third foul, the sophomore from Leh, Hawaii, will make her way to the bench, and number 20, Amanda Wood, checks her way into this game.
And free throws have just been so difficult with Penn State-Harrisburg today. I mean, they're 2 of 9.
Mahan good on her second.
I'll put that in perspective as the Knights are 71% from the free throw line.
What a pass by Angel Tuasavera. Katie Garish not able to convert on the wide open opportunity down low.
Beautiful look, beautiful pass.
Charge call against Shanique Mattis. Send the ball back the Knights' way. Shanique Mattis' third foul of the night. Instead, Shanique Mattis' second foul of the night.
And Shanique was extremely frustrated with that one, but she spun right into the defender. That's going to get called 9 times out of 10.
Knights on offense. Poor pass by Katie Garish falls right into the hands of Davis. Mattis' three, in and out, rebounded by Garish.
Shanique Mattis wanted to get revenge for that foul, not able to get to fall for her.
Stout three. No good. Rebounded by Mattis. Wide open, Rachel Miller. Garish.
She put it in with the left hand while the left hand was being dragged down. That's great concentration by the senior.
Great concentration and great strength. Mahan three, no good, but rebounded. She'll be fouled. That's number 11, Candace Butler. Candace Butler to shoot two. Now a media timeout will be taken on the floor, and when resumed, Candace Butler of the Lions will make her way to the line to shoot two.
I mean, if you're the Knights fans, you're happy that a three-point, but at the same time, you got to get that rebound. I mean, because putback opportunities usually end up in fouls like that, and so the Lions have a chance to take back the lead with 2 free throws.
And Dawson, the Lions have gotten their way back in this game with some great shooting both in the field and from three. 17 of 35 from the field, 48.6%, and 5 of 14 from three-point line, 35.7. Not the greatest percentages you might have heard, but enough to get the job done. The Knights still in this shooting lull. They're shooting 8.3% from the three. They're 1 of 12. Knights not finding really their range from deep at all, and 37.2% from the field. Need to start making these points count. In the opening minutes of the first half, they shot 10 of 14 from the foul line, which is what kept them in this game and gave them the initial lead.
Well, it's doing the simple things like you talked about. We talked about great passing they've done so far, giving them short shot opportunities, and free throws, of course. We've mentioned so many times this broadcast how free throws win you games. It's just plain and simple. You make your free throws, you win your games. And so far the Knights are doing that, and therefore, like you said, they have a 1-point lead.
So Knights holding a 1-point lead, and we'll get this game back started. Candace Butler of the Lions on the charity stripe to shoot two. Give an opportunity to get the Lions the lead. Candace Butler, a freshman from York, Pennsylvania. Good on her first. Lions tied up 43-43. Butler for the lead. She'll get it. Knights look up to make up some ground. Nicole Muse with the ball. Miller with a tight defense on Kiara Ballum. Wood able to get that ball back. 3-second violation on the Knights. The two players camped down there, Katie Garish and Amanda Wood.
Well, I think the main reason that happened is because we saw some, again, great defense from Rachel Miller, but got a little bit of contact in there with Kiara Ballum. Very rough with her there and caused the ball to come out. A little squabble in the paint for the ball.
Miller with the ball for the Lions. Hamby. Double dribble by number 33, Aubriana Hamby. Night ball.
That should have been the second one called today, but that's the first one. The first one came early in the first quarter when she did the exact same thing. She caught it, took a dribble, and dribbled it again after she picked it up.
Well, Dawson, nevertheless, referees make the call, and the officials for tonight's game are Joseph Emerson, Cindy Lavertu, and Brian Copeland.
And so far, doing a great job today, calling a very great game.
Wood, quick three. No good on the shot, rebounded by Candace Butler. Travel call on the play. Candace Butler returned the ball back over to the Knights.
Well, no matter what that ref was going to call, it was going to go back to the Knights. Whether it was an offensive foul or a travel, either one would have fit that case.
Knights inbounding. Kiara Ballum gets it into Christensen, and Christensen post shimmy shot, good for two.
And now Savannah Christensen has 6 points on the night.
Knights take the lead, 45-44, 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Mattis now, Mattis three. No good, Kiara Ballum rebound. Kiara Ballum met by Payne.
And that rebound brings the Knights to 32 total rebounds.
Make it 33 as Savannah Christensen grabs that offensive rebound and gets the putback points. A timeout taken by head coach Ross Patrick. 30-second timeout for the Lions. Need a little bit of time to talk. Knights now lead 47-44, but you can't count the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg out. They made their way back after a pretty rough first half.
Well, they really have, and they've done it with simple inside play. They've only shot 16 3-pointers compared to the 45 last time they were here. And so they've been doing it in other ways. They've had some great dribble drives from Shanique Mattis. Had some great energy from Rachel Miller coming in there. And talking about three-point shooting, the Knights, we mentioned before, it's not falling. They're 1 of 14. That's 7.1%. That's not going to work, obviously, right now. So, again, you got to go back to what's been working for you all game long. The simple pick-and-roll plays, high percentage shots like Savannah Christensen, that last possession with the baseline jumper. I mean, you got to get those. Focus on those. And then maybe threes will start to fall. Maybe Amanda Wood will get in there. Savannah Christensen will start to get in there. Maybe we'll see another one from Alexis Barnes.
In Dawson, the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg known as a three-point shooting team. While the Knights have attempted 14 and made 1, the Lions have attempted 16, let alone they've only made 5, 31.3%. But you know that's in their arsenal. And Dawson, I want to point out something. The pace of play really picked up at the beginning of that second half. Turnovers really forced by both teams. Knights now have 10 turnovers. The Lions have 12. They ended the half with roughly the Lions with 9, the Knights with 6. So the pace of play has picked up. That's not to the Knights' hand. The Knights like to play that slow, methodical half-court offense. Need to go back playing their style of game and not settle with this fast pace to force the turnovers and give the Lions points off turnovers. The teams make their way back to the court, but referees just having a chat with the table here, trying to get all the time good and correct as we get this game back underway.
Yeah, so they called a foul right before that, so trying to figure out exactly what the clock was at when the foul was called. Just make sure you keep it as accurate as possible. Again, another great display of work from these referees here today for the CAC tournament game.
And you give all the players a little bit of time to talk with their coaches about what they need to do. The referee's just trying to get this game back underway as swiftly as possible. Looks like they've got it all figured out and settled. We'll get this game back underway. And the Lions will start with the ball, inbounded by number 10, Laurel Amy. And Dawson, just as we think this game is about to get underway, Coach Wardenberg of the Knights wants to clarify just a little bit more with some of the officials. And finally, after what seemed like a 5-minute timeout, basketball resumes. CSC tournament play here in Buena Vista. Knights lead 47-44 over the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg. Shanique Mattis and the Lions with the ball.
A severe mismatch with Katie Garish and Shanique Mattis.
They recognize that Shanique Mattis trying to make her way to the cup. What great defense played by Katie Garish. Was a mismatch on the defensive side. You had Katie Garish out on the perimeter against Shanique Mattis, but Garish putting her in a glove.
And I think she had great help from Savannah Christensen. Savannah Christensen reached in there, swatted the ball, and it kicked off of Shanique Mattis's foot out of bounds. It's a great team defense right there.
And just another timeout taken. We have 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Knights lead 47-44. Leading scorer for the Knights is still Alexis Barnes. Alexis Barnes, I believe, only a couple of baskets at the beginning of this first half, end of that first half with 13. So one basket here in the third quarter. Savannah Christian making her impact known. And she didn't have a very productive first half, but in the second half racked up. She has 10 points and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, it's Savannah Christian looking to add a little bit more than last time that she played against Penn State Harrisburg. She had 9 points that time. It was one of the leading scorers in that game. But at the same time, you want to have more than that in a CSC Conference Tournament game, especially against a team that ended your winning streak. You want to play your best ball. And so Savannah Christian, like you said, getting involved on those great high percentage passes, getting great looks on the inside.
And Dawson, to say that last matchup against the Lions of Penn State Harrisburg is not in the back of the minds of every single Knights fan that was at that game and all of these players on Coach Adam Wardenberg's squad, it's there. That thought is there. They want retribution for a game that they believe they should have won to continue that winning streak. Again, the Lions left that game at 16. Knights couldn't pick up 17. This could be the 17th game of that winning streak. Technically, they want this one back. Travel call needed on play by Brendy Ballum. Lions get the ball back right underneath their own basket.
Well, it's hard to tell. I don't know if the ref saw Brendy Ballum move her foot as she was trying to move the ball around, but regardless, goes back to the Lions.
Shanique Mattis inbounding. Mattis gets it into Miller. Lions move the ball now. Miller to the bucket. Miller no good on the shot. Should be sent to the line to shoot two. That foul call goes against Corey Stout. So Corey Stout picks up her first foul of the night. And it'll send number 1, Rachel Miller, to the line to shoot two. No good on her first attempt. Rachel Miller, a senior, sending a 5'4" from Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Now Rachel Miller averages about 7 points a game. She's not known as a shooter. She's very much an offensive facilitator and a defender and gets open shots when she needs to.
She's absolutely a defender. You see, she's always put up against a primary ball handler, but she'll make her way to the bench. And play will resume with Savannah Christian inbounding for the Knights. Knights on offense. Corey Stout. Barnes whips it into Christian, and Christian's been able to get the scoop pass to Katie Garish, good for two.
Beautiful round-the-body pass. Anna Mayhem was in her way, but Savannah Christian leaning down with the right hand, getting it straight to Katie Garish. Great dish.
And we see number 23 of the Lions, Brianna Davis, making her way to the bench, grabbing her hand, something obviously aggravating her there. So play resumed with Penn State Harrisburg inbounding. Here's a chance and cheers coming from the SVU fans, definitely making their voices known to every single Lions player and supporter here in the bar. Ball stolen by Alexis Barnes. pulls it back. Lost the dribble there, almost off to the races. Knights will start their half-court offense. Foul call on the play. It'll stay with the Knights. Foul call goes against number 1, Rachel Miller, on a hold against Brindy Ballum. Now checking in for the Lions, number 4, Ariel Payne. Rachel Miller makes her way to the bench after she picks up her first foul. Corey Stout to inbound.
Things getting heated here at Knight Sports Arena. I saw some exchanges between the players, Penn State-Harrisburg, and some of the fans here at SVU.
Floater no good by Alexis Barnes. Fought for by both teams. And Dawson, you mentioned that there's bad blood between these teams, between fans, between supporters, between students and players and coaches. It's going to be a scrappy game as it keeps going. As you see, there's really tough play by both squads. Pass into Payne, blocked by Garish. Now here come the Knights.
Number 4, Ariel Payne, was trying to sell a foul when there really was one. She kind of flopped a little bit there and the ref noticed that.
Charge call against Knights, number 11, Corey Stout. Give the ball back to the Lions. Late foul call, but nevertheless, second foul call against Corey Stout.
That was kind of surprising to me. I didn't see anybody really flop at all. But at the same time, Corey Stout did lean into the shot a little bit.
Entering the final minute of this third quarter. Knights still lead by 4. Drive by Mattis. Back out to Amy. Mattis step back. That no good. Rebounded by Garish. Garish gets her 15th rebound of the night.
I think Savannah Christensen got her hand on that shot a little bit, affecting it and going short.
Knights on offense. Ballum. Christensen not ready for that pass. Knights pull it back out. Final 10 seconds of this third quarter. Christensen with the ball. Knights lose the ball. Put up. It'll fall way short, so Knights maintain their lead 49-45 into that third quarter over top the Lions of Penn State-Harrisburg.
I like that play to end the third quarter. You went for a high-quality shot, although Savannah Christensen dribbled into a triple team there. And though she has a height advantage, it's still going to get swatted around a little bit. Maybe couldn't have called a foul, could have gone either way, but at the same time, I just like the idea of getting it to either Christensen or Katie Garish in the middle.
And Christensen really been the hot hand for this Knights team in that third quarter, scoring the majority of her points in those last couple of minutes with that exact same play that the Knights wanted to end that third quarter with, getting it down to the low blocks, her turning around on a post fade and able to put it in. Not able to convert there, but Dawson, Knights fans here, the energy is electric here in Knight Arena. They're so behind their Knights. They want this game just as much as the players and coaches do.
Oh, they really do. I mean, we talked about it being school history. I mean, first time hosting a CAC conference tournament game here in Knight Sports Arena. I want to point out something, though. The Knights were outscored in that third quarter. So the Knights really need to set things up defensively if they want to take away this game, because the first quarter they outscored the Lions 20-15. Second quarter they outscored them 15-14. In the third quarter they were outscored 16-14. And so again, the Lions keeping pace a little bit, but the Knights need to finish out.
And the Knights make their way back into the court with a roar of cheers behind them. We're going to get this fourth quarter started, the fourth and final quarter of this quarterfinal matchup in the NCAA CAC tournament between two great squads. Knights lead 49-45. Just hear the welcome to the barn chants echoing around Knight Sports Arena. Christensen three. No good. Rebounded by Garish. Garish put back, no good. Foul call on Brindy Baum. They'll call over the back call on Brindy.
I think maybe Brindy Baum kind of lowered her arms just a little bit going for that rebound, given that, I guess, the image of going over the back.
Penn State-Harrisburg looks to start off this fourth quarter. This is Candace Butler. Ball taken by Alexis Barnes. Barnes corner three. Got it! Alexis Barnes.
And that gives her 18 points on the night. She's playing her heart out here in this quarterfinal.
Lions look to respond, and they do some way. Laurel Amy off the step back three, gets it to fall. Pass into Garish. Garish no good, gets her own rebound. Ball saved, but right into the hands of Brindy Ballum off the window for two.
Let's go, nice, great effort there. Getting board after board and getting a second chance opportunity.
Probably not a smart play by Amy to try to go for that ball, but nevertheless, Lions on offense, and here Amy is. Candace Butler thought about the three. Drives it in. Butler swatted by Katie Garish.
If you thought there couldn't be more energy in this building, then you haven't seen a swat by Katie Garish. The place goes electric when she gets a swat.
Candace Butler inbounding. Gets it in to Mattis. Mattis looks to drive on Ballum. Foul call on the floor. Will be another quick foul call against Brindy Ballum.
That's interesting because Brindy Ballum was playing really tight defense, and at one point put her hand down on, I believe it was Shiki Mattis, just to kind of stabilize herself, and the ref saw that as a push-off defensively.
Pass into Rachel Miller. Mattis gets the ball back. Garish against Mattis. Mattis fade away. Mattis can't get it to fall. Tough defense by Garish. Corey Stout and the Knights. Pass too high over the head of Katie Garish from Savannah Christian. Had the right idea. Slipped out of her hand. Ball with the Lions.
And back to that direct possession. Again, you saw the mismatch between Katie Garish and Shanique Mattis. And yet somehow Katie Garish still able to get out of it unscathed.
Lions on offense looking to chip away at this lead. Laurel Amy. Amy against Stout. Butler deep three. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Christensen. Knights fumble it around, and Lions will maintain possession of the ball.
Well, it's very easy to get frantic when you're trying to go for a ball. It's right along that out of bounds line. Your brain starts to freak out a little bit, and therefore your hands do too, causing that turnover.
Yeah, timeout taken by head coach Ross Patrick of the Lions. Knights lead 54-48. Great hustle plays by this Knights players, but the energy in this Knight arena is so evident. You hardly can't get a word out where I can hear you, Dawson.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I mean, I'm leaning probably like an inch away from your face just for you to understand what I'm saying and make my points. And again, it just shows how great of support the fans of SVU are and the students are here at Southern Virginia University. You see multiple members of different sports teams here. You see almost the entire football team, the entire baseball team. Every organization is present here today in support of the women's basketball team.
Yeah, but here at Southern Virginia, the athletics, it's really just one big family. Yes, you have your individual teams, but you're part of this Knights program, and everyone's under the same roof, under the same umbrella, all fighting for the same goal. So every sports team here at Southern Virginia out to support this Knights women's basketball team. And Dawson, while we're mentioning athletics, just want to take a minute to thank everyone for joining us here at the Knights Sports Network. You've given us the ability to grow, but two big special thank yous go out. One to Jason Lamb, our athletic director, and Brennan Hand, our assistant athletic director. They've helped this program grow. They adopted it into the athletics, and they have helped us be where we are now and give you the coverage that you deserve at home.
And not only is Jason Lamb the athletic director, he's the head men's lacrosse coach, and they have had a great start to their season. So again, just great things going on in the athletics of SVU. And again, like you said, Chris, thank you to all those supporting the Knights Sports Network and for giving us the opportunity to display exciting games like this to the parents of these athletes.
And as CAC tournament plays continues, it'll start with Shanique Mattis inbounding ball for the Lions. Candace Butler gets the ball to start it off. Garish against Mattis again. Mattis drives in on Garish. Kicks it back out to Candace Butler. Quick three, Mattis. No good. Brindy Ballum will watch it go out of bounds. Knights will take possession.
Shanique Mattis obviously frustrated that she cannot get around Katie Garish. Although she's faster than Katie is, Katie's playing just such great defense, moving her feet so well to stay in front of her.
And Dawson, this is a brand of Katie Garish's game that we haven't seen. The ability to defend from the perimeter against elite guards like Shanique Mattis just opens up a whole other Pandora's box for you of what to do with Katie Garish. Now the Knights on offense. Barnes has it in the corner. Ballum drives. Ballum up with the right hand. Garish rebounds. Garish fouled on the putback. Center to the line to shoot another 2.
Yeah, and you can't really argue with that one. There was multiple hands draped all over Katie Garish on the way up.
Katie Garish to the line, shooting 2.
Garish is sent to the line for an opportunity at 10 points.
And that's Breonna Davis's 4th foul.
Katie Garish gets that one, so Dawson, we mention it every time Katie Garish does it. She's picked up her double-double. 10 points, 17 rebounds on this game.
My goodness. We'll make that 18. It's actually 18 rebounds now.
Knights get the rebound back, but mishandled by Alexis Barnes on the far side of the court. Turn it back over to the Lions.
Alexis Barnes just, again, playing a little bit too quickly there. But again, great energy and confidence to go and get that ball.
The game will restart with Rachel Miller inbounding and Kendis Butler taking the ball up for Penn State. Lions trying to find a lane. Amy with a drive. Puts it up over the head of Katie Garish. Great finish by Laurel Amy.
Great finish with the left hand over a much taller defender.
That'll give Laurel Amy 8 points on tonight. Shanique Mattis still leading scoring for the Lions. Ballum drives in. Ballum will be fouled on her way to the cup. Centered to the line to shoot 2.
You saw her take that step around Anna Mahan to knock it, the charging foul. Well done by the senior to avoid that.
And with that last foul, Anna Mahan picks up her 4th. So Anna Mahan in significant foul trouble. Second leading scorer for this Penn State-Harrisburg Lions team. She has 11 on the night. Ballum gets her first to fall. Give her 8 points.
And that puts the Knights at 12 of 17 from the free throw line. Again, doing a great job of capitalizing their trips to the charity stripe.
Ballum second. No good on the second. Rebounded by Christensen. Knights get a whole new shot clock. Christensen 2. Timeout taken by head coach Adam Wardenberg of the Knights. So that shot won't count. Given an opportunity to draw up a play. 6 minutes and 22 seconds left to go into this 4th quarter. Knights lead by 6. There'll be no Penn State-Harrisburg's 3-point shooting ability. The 6-point lead to be brought down to 2 possessions for the Lions.
Oh, very easily, and that's one possession where I'm sure Coach Wardenberg has a great plan in mind. That's one timeout you almost kind of want to take back because of the play that would have been. But regardless, the Knights get a chance to capitalize here after this timeout.
3 Knights players scoring in double digits. Alexis Barnes with 18 points, taking control when she has the ball in her hands. Savannah Christensen with 10, and Katie Garish, of course, with 10.
And, of course, on the Penn State-Harrisburg side of things, you got Shanique Mattis with 12 points, Anna Mahan with 11, and then Laurel Amy with 10 points. So you got 3 players in double digits there as well.
Corey Stout inbounding. Ballum drives. Ballum puts it up. No good. So say it goes off the hands of Savannah Christensen. It'll belong to the Lions.
Great offensive setup right there. You just got to capitalize. And I think that could have been called either way. It might have touched off the back of number 11, Kendis Butler, but regardless, we're here.
Kendis Butler fouled on her way to the basket, sent to the line for an opportunity at the charity stripe. And that foul call goes to number 12, Brindy Ballum. So we mentioned Anna Mahan of the Lions having 4 fouls. Brindy Ballum picking up her 4th. 3 in this second half alone.
And again, it's all due to her physical style of play, her competitiveness. And of course, that brings in another player who's very similar style to her, number 10, Nicole Muse.
Nicole Muse, a senior, sending a 5'5" from Nacogdoches, Texas. Butler at the line. Converts on her second. Bring this game within 4.
And kind of going off what you said, that lead could easily be brought down to 1 the way Penn State Harrisburg can shoot the 3 at times. I'd be very careful with that.
Barnes heaving it up, had opportunity to kick it out for the open three-pointer, elected not to. Now Penn State on offense. Trying to get a double dribble call on Miller. Shot by Mattis, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. That's Garish.
Now last possession, I think Alexis Barnes is going to try to pass in the paint to Katie Garish, but saw someone was right on her back.
Christensen fouled. Center to the line. Foul called on number 10, Laurel Amy. So Amy picks up her 4th. So 3 different players in this team or in this game racking up 4 fouls. Anna Mahan, Brindy Ballum, and now the latest, number 10, Laurel Amy.
And Laurel Amy and Anna Mahan, the 2 players on this Lions team with 4 fouls, are in their top 4 leading scorers right now in this game.
Christensen good on her first. Give the Knights a 5-point lead.
Now the Lions have 4 players in double-digit scoring.
Laurel Amy staying in this game despite having 4 fouls on her already. 5 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter. Mattis now with the ball, guarded by Christensen. Mahan deep 3. Mahan no good, rebounded by Christensen.
And that's Anna Mahan's 2nd missed 3-pointer of the night. Started out 2 for 2, and now since then has gone 0 for 2.
Barnes with the ball. Stout 3. They'll call a 3-second violation. That goes on number 40, Katie Garish. So Knights give the ball back to Penn State Harrisburg, and now they're able to convert on that trip down the floor.
I think Katie Garish knew that she was in there and tried to get out, but accidentally left her foot in partially in the paint.
The illegal screen called on number 0, Shanique Mattis of Penn State Harrisburg. Shanique Mattis picks up her 3rd foul, Dawson. Sorry about that.
They're all good. That makes that 3-second violation by Katie Garish not matter.
Dawson, that makes 3 of the top 4 scorers for Penn State Harrisburg have 3 fouls or more. Rachel Miller now with the ball. It'll be a quick foul call on number 10, Nicole Muse.
And I have no problem with that foul. I mean, there was a 1-on-2 situation. Nicole Muse was able to get there at the last second to slow things down and put the Knights in a better defensive situation.
Mattis with the ball, met by Muse. Candace Butler. Penn State working the ball around. Amy able to finish over Katie Garish again with that almost a hook on the left hand.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time she's done that, like you mentioned, Chris. Able to do a really good job of finishing over tall opponents.
Christensen wide open off the glass for 2.
Great cut. A great job not to travel with the amount of distance she had to cover for that layup.
Shanique Mattis now. Kicks out Amy. Amy's 3 no good. Rebounded by Garish. Alexis Barnes. Stout 3. No good. Rebounded by Amy.
Her shot was thrown off a little bit because she was actually just inside the 3-point line, and so that's why she shot a little too far.
Amy whipping the ball across to Miller, and she finds it from the corner. Good for 3. 3-point game. Knights lead 60-57. Knights on offense. Muse. Barnes finds the seam. Blocked. Knights can't convert, right close up to the basket. Rebounded by Mahan. Miller wide open down the floor. Miller 3. No good. Over the back call on Laurel. Amy fought too hard for that ball.
What a phenomenal job by Corey Stout. She was at such a disadvantage defensively, but she knew, although Rachel Miller had just made a three, she's not that great at three-pointers. So she knew to step back, prevent the easy bucket, the easy pass, and then draw that foul.
Brave play by Corey Stout, because the Lions could have easily tied it up with that three from Miller. And Dawson, with that last foul on Laurel Amy, she'll make her way to the bench. That's her 5th tonight.
And just as she was starting to get hot from shooting.
And Coach Wurtenberg bringing a correction to the side of the official said on that last foul call. It's just send one of the Knights players to the line, that player being Corey Stout.
Yeah, brought it to the bonus, and so Coach Wurtenberg was saying, hey, we're in the bonus. We should be at the free throw line right now. You're never going to pass on an opportunity to get free points.
Crucial free throws for the Knights. Looking to make this game a 2-possession game. Knights lead 60-57. Corey Stout, the junior. No good on her first. Hits back iron. Stout good on her second. Two and a half minutes left to go in this game. Mahan guarded by Garrett. Back to Mahan. Mattis drives. Foul in the bucket. They'll count the basket. They'll say it's good for 2. Referee saying that foul call was on the shot.
Maybe you can make the argument that Shanique Mattis at the bottom and about to go up, but at the same time, it almost looks like an NBA continuation call. And that you don't have that Division III basketball, but it's up to the perspective of the ref for sure.
Now they're able to convert the and one opportunity, but now Penn State only down by 2. Stout drives. Foul. Corey Stout sent to the line. Foul call goes to number 1, Rachel Miller. Miller picks up her second foul.
And with that last missed free throw by Penn State-Harrisburg, they're now 8 of 17 from the free throw line, only 47%, whereas the Knights are 15 of 22 for 68.2%.
Stout good on her first. Knights lead by 3. Stout goes 2 or 2 from the line. 4-point lead Knights. Candace Butler met by Barnes. Foul call on the play. Barnes believes she got a clean swipe at the ball. Referee saw it differently. Foul call, Alexis Barnes. It will send Candace Butler to the line to shoot 2.
What the fans wanted was a jump ball because Alexis Barnes got both hands on it. Both players had it, and she's pulling away when the whistle is blown.
Top of your screen, Coach Adam Wurtenberg having a little conversation with the ref as Candace Butler at the line to shoot 2. Butler good on her first. Give Candace Butler 12 points on the game. Ties it up with Laurel Amy. 3-point lead Knights. Butler with opportunity to bring it to 2. Lane violation against number 23, Brianna Davis. You just saw her falling, losing her balance, didn't want to fall. Turns the ball back over to the Knights. A dream situation for the Knights.
Yeah, just anticipated that shot way too much. And like you saw plainly in the middle of your screen, not able to keep herself up.
Malum gets it out, gets it to Christensen. A timeout call by Coach Adam Wurtenberg.
And, it's a very similar situation to what Alexis Barnes was in when she was on defense, when she grabbed at the ball. And yeah, no whistle blown on that one. Again, it's all to the respect of the referee, and they've done a great job tonight, so I'll trust that. But again, looks very similar if you're a Knights fan.
Very similar indeed. Could be a case brought to both sides. Again, entering the final 2 minutes of this game. Knights have a 3-point lead. Need to build upon what they did and the first half. Haven't played as well as they did. They haven't had that energy behind their plays and that hustle maybe fatigue getting to him late in this game.
Well, when you have fatigue, that's when adrenaline starts to really carry you. With the energy that's been in the Knight Sports Arena all night long, you need to have every ounce of energy dedicated on the floor. Basically, in a game like this, you're only up by 3. Every possession counts. Every possession means something. Every possession has to be precise, it has to be collected, and it cannot be rushed.
Knights inbounding. Barnes with the ball now. Knights trying to break the full court press of Penn State. Knights set up their half-court offense. Corey Stout. Ball stripped away by Mattis. Good off the window for 2. Bring this game within 1. Barnes drives in. Kick out to Ballum. Down shot, no good. Rebounded by Garrish. Off the window for 2. Katie Garrish.
Doing what she does best. Getting the rebound, putting it back up for 2.
Katie Garrish, 21 rebounds now. Shot by Mattis, no good. Rebounded by Christensen. Entering the final minute here at the Knight Arena. Knights break the press. Coach Adam Wernberg telling his girls, calm down. Final 45 seconds. Knights with a 3-point lead. It's final 10 seconds of the shot clock. Christensen. Rebounded. Picked up by Mattis. Here comes Penn State. Final 30 seconds. Down by 3. Mahan drives. Mahan no good. Rebounded by Mattis. Head coach Ross Patrick called a timeout for Penn State. 21 seconds left to go. Penn State down by 3. Southern Virginia needs to have a defensive stand.
Oh, they need it more than ever. I mean, you have 21 seconds, so Penn State-Harrisburg, if they wanted to, they could use the entire clock. They have no shot clock limiting them. So the Knights need to play a lockdown defense. No three-pointers. Just cover 3 as tight as possible. And if they go for it, do not foul. Do not foul, because after that, you probably have about, I'm estimating about 10 seconds left. You have a chance to run out the clock or get fouled and get sent to the line.
Foul for either side will send someone to the line. Knights can't afford to do that here in this game. Again, final 21.4 seconds. Knights need a defensive stand. They've picked off a couple of inbound passes we saw earlier in the third quarter and in the first half. Need to have that same mentality coming into this inbound play. Crucial defensive possession for the Knights. And if you're the Lions, it's a crucial offensive possession. This could get you back in the game.
This is what you live for in basketball. Half a minute left in the game. Conference tournament time. Up or down by 3. This is every player's dream scenario. It's what you practice for every single day. It's why you run the 2-minute drill either in football or basketball. You run the last second plays. This is what you prepare for every day of practice.
Let's see if what the Knights practiced during their time with Coach Adam Ruhr comes to fruition. Knights need a defensive stand. 21.4 seconds left to go. Shanique Mattis inbounding for Penn State-Harrisburg. Knights fans getting their voices behind their girls. Guarding the inbound, Katie Garrish, all 6'3" of her. Ball finds its way to Ballum, stripped away by Brindy Ballum. Ballum now. Ballum fouled by Shanique Mattis. Brindy Ballum will be sent to the line. 15.7 seconds left to go in this game. Knights can make it a 2-possession game.
Well, I think they might have to add a little bit of time back onto the clock, but what a play by the senior leader, Brindy Ballum. Knowing, like you said, a defensive stance needed to be made, and she stepped up and made that play.
And that's the 4th foul on Shanique Mattis. You expect that if the Knights make these free throws, even if they don't, the Lions will resort to fouling. First one by Ballum falls. 4-point lead, Knights. Ballum, 2 of 2 from the line. Nicole Muse checking in for her on the defensive side, knowing Brindy Ballum has 4 fouls. Inbounding Candace Butler. Nicole Muse put on Shanique Mattis. Final 15 seconds. 5-point lead Knights. Shot by Mattis. Almost in. Rebounded by Garish. Final 5 seconds. Foul call on the play. It'll send the Knights to the line to shoot. Corey Stout being sent to the line to shoot for the Knights. Corey Stout so far on the night, 3 of 4 from the foul line. Five-point game, 3.5 seconds left to go. Look on the top left side of your screen. Coaches and officials having a conversation about how much time needs to be left on the clock. On it right now, 3.5. Obviously, head coach Ross Patrick and assistant coach Donna Wise and Jared Trulier trying to make their case for more time on the clock. Referee still having a talk with the sideline. Also look on the top side of your screen. You'll see number 14, Mackenzie Jester, a freshman from Seward, Pennsylvania, checking into this game. Corey Stout at the line. 5-point lead Knights. Stout good on her first 6-point lead. Stout 2 of 2 from the line. Knights bring it. 7-point lead over top of the line to Penn State-Harrisburg. Corey Stout makes her way to the bench, met by cheers. Final 3 seconds. Shot goes up. No good. Knights win. Southern Virginia keeps on dancing. Southern Virginia will make their way to the semifinals. They'll face off against the number 1 defense in the CAC and the Seagulls of Salisbury as students rush the court here at the Barn in Buena Vista, Virginia. Overall, great win by the Knights of Southern Virginia, 69-62 over top of the lines of Penn State-Harrisburg. Leading scorer Alexis Barnes, but Katie Garish, 12 points, 23 rebounds, crucial rebounds and crucial moments for this Knights team. Savannah Christian, 14 points, 4 Knights in double digits, including them, Brindy Ballum. Overall, great way, a great showing for the Southern Virginia Knights team, and they move on to the semifinals of the CAC tournament. We talk about the turnover between last season and this season for this Knights team. Coach Adam Willenberg bringing a team who last year underachieved to an overachieving team this year. Underdogs all season. They've proven themselves tonight, and they'll move on.
Knights fans, we will be hosting the second round of the
Dawson standing live with Coach Willenberg after this great win. Dawson?
I'm with Coach Willenberg's sideline. Coach, with up by 3, you need a final defensive stop. Walk me through that timeout huddle.
Well, we just talked about we just got to stay engaged as a team, and everybody's got to communicate the switches, and we knew what they were trying to do, and we did a great job of executing our defensive game plan, and Brindy came up with the steal and secured the win for us.
Yeah, and you had some great senior leadership from both Alexis Barnes scoring 18 points and Brindy with that last defensive stop and the almost game-sealing free throws. Talking about their energy in this game and what they brought to the table.
Just phenomenal. I mean, we talked about it all year long. We can't be where we are without the leadership of our seniors and what they do for our team, and the fact that they're our hardest workers and they stay engaged, and it's phenomenal what they've done for our team, and the only way we're going is up. So it's a great job for our team today.
Absolutely. CAC Conference Tournament first round winner. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy this one.
Go Knights.
And next up we'll have Alexis Barnes. Alexis, great job, by the way. Ended up with 18 points, leading this team in scoring. Talk me through the mental preparation that went into this conference tournament game.
You know, we just worked really hard in practice on defense and on our offense, and we just, you know, everything that went into CSA is out the window. It was showtime. Like, we just needed to show up, and we needed to be ready to play. So that's all I can say about my mental game right now.
How sweet is it to get a revenge game against a team that ended a great winning streak for you guys?
Honestly, it's really, I don't even have any words. I'm just so pumped about this game. I wanted this so bad, and I know my teammates did too. And it's just so awesome to see all our hard work pay off. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And next off, Brindy Ballum. All right, Brindy, you guys are up by 3. You need a defensive stop. What's going through your mind before that play?
Just to stay calm and have confidence in all my teammates and just play the defense that our coach taught us to do.
Absolutely. And again, I asked Alexis Barnes how it feels to get the win against Penn State-Harrisburg, the revenge game. How did that feel for you guys?
It feels great. I mean, I was happy that we got to play Penn State again because I really wanted to beat them.
Absolutely. And also, you guys are hosting the CAC tournament, first round for the first time in school history. Just talking about the energy that was in this stadium tonight, how it helped you guys today.
I mean, it's been amazing. Like, all of our fans are so great. I'm so happy they all came to support. This has been like the best team I've ever been on, so it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brindy. Congratulations. Chris, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dawson. A big thank you and a job well done to Alexis, Coach Wernberg, and Brindy. We thank you so much for joining us on the Knights Sports Network. Knights win 69-62 and they make their way to the semifinals where they'll face off against the Seagulls of Salisbury, and CNU faces off against the Eagles of the University of Mary Washington. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you'll join us again Thursday, February 21st as the Knights host Salisbury right here in the barn at Southern Virginia University. Again, thank you so much and go Knights!